r/AskReddit, nsfw, women of Reddit, what was something you didn't know about men till you got with one? How different a penis can look soft vs erect. And how much it can shrink in the cold. Most of them are way into cuddling and having their heads rubbed. That guys can make their dick move without touching it. The first time I saw my ex do this I was really surprised. The absolute commitment to underwear and t-shirts until they're held together by fumes. ETA, 15k upvotes. Amazing. Now go reward your bits with something cushy and supportive. They love compliments and will hold onto them for years. I noticed this with my husband a while back. Whenever I tell him that something he wears makes him look nice, he'll wear it as often as possible. If he tries something on while shopping that I think looks good on him, he'll buy it and put it on as soon as we get home. I love that guy. That they can literally beat the life out of, and slap around, their dong, but one tap of the balls and they're on the ground. How often they need to readjust their balls. You guys are a portable heater, your body emanates so much heat and here I am with extremities that are stone cold. Plus, a boner doesn't mean you are horny. Boners are just random. I genuinely thought men held their penis when they peed because otherwise it would fly all around with the force of urine going through it. My friend said she was amazed at how men can make anything fun and a collaborative project. Throwing rocks in the lake? How far can you throw? How many skips? Biggest splash? Or digging a hole at the beach? Every man will join in and make a hole halfway to China. If there is a poop stain in the toilet, they will try to aim their pee to hit it. That balls don't typically hang at the same level, one is a little lower than the other. All those dick doodles have lied to me. How much trauma they tend to accept as simple facts of life. Definitely made me more invested in my brothers. If my husband has experienced X, Y, and Z and has thought nothing should be done or even said about it, how many experiences like that have the other men in my life had? That the ball sack physically moves around and you can see when it gets looser or tightens. It's super fascinating to look at, you can also feel it. And the man can't control it. Edit, it happens based on temperature. Edit 2, I think we should all just agree to call this the lava lamp effect. They can make their penis move up and down, when it's erected, without touching it. Edit, thanks guys. Now I know it's schedules. How itchy their balls can be sometimes. And being quiet doesn't mean they're mad or thinking about someone else, they're just vibing. Edited to say, holy crap. Didn't expect my comment to get so much attention. Thank you guys. My ex-wife was shocked at how short a phone conversation can be for dudes. My best friend called me once, this man literally flew across the country once to be at our wedding, called me because he was bringing me to work the next day. Still need a ride? Yep. Okay, I'll be there at 5:30. Sounds good. And that was it? She sat there astonished and was asking why didn't we want to talk to each other? I really had no good answers either, it's just the way she goes I guess. How they can spend an entire day with a person and not learn a single thing about them. That their balls move on their own? Weirdest thing ever. How easy they can be to please. A plate of food without being asked or a compliment/show of admiration in front of other people goes quite a long way. Edit, wow. I did not expect this to blow up the way it did. Thank you for the awards. When I met my husband, he was a year into a breakup from a woman that expected him to do everything and just be thankful she graced him with her presence. He was really torn down but a very good man. I hope this helps some women, and men, out there, because I have the life of my dreams with him after several years and having a family. He's become the kind of man that can change the world with his hands tied behind his back, and I really think it is because I spoke it every time I saw something good in him and do things, no matter how tiny, to just let him know I was thinking of him and that he mattered. It really doesn't take much. That whole thing about the way to their heart being their stomach. Accurate. I once hooked up with a guy I met on Tinder, made him breakfast the next morning. He said no woman had ever cooked for him before, looked teary, and now we're married. Something in them always, or at least usually, keeps the sense of humor of a little boy. It's kind of endearing. Doesn't get cold easily. Can be quite hard to open up. Loves cuddles too. Wants to be babied and taken care of too. Can be quiet without thinking about anything. That they are really emotional, love a cuddle and want thoughtful consideration just as much as women. I know this sounds ridiculous, but I was raised with men who didn't show their emotions or have strong opinions. The first time I got a proper boyfriend, I was amazed to find he loved being held. They keep a significant amount of thoughts to themselves. Edit holy moly. I just woke up and I cannot even get through all these. When I actually get up for the day I'm going to though. Seems the general consensus is it's saving something not telling their thoughts, or men are conditioned to keep it in. This is so upsetting. Let me say to anyone keeping quiet in your relationship. I promise you the right person wants to know how you feel. Emotions are hard enough. You shouldn't have to go through them alone. How rarely they get complimented. I told my guy that I loved his shirt and he didn't even know what to say. He told me he couldn't remember the last time someone complimented him, so I've started looking for little, random things to compliment him on. Morning wood. Had absolutely no idea that shit just pops up every night till I started dating my first boyfriend. How freakishly strong they are. My husband was a normal looking dude, didn't go to the gym, but he literally lifted a treadmill into the back of an SUV by himself, flushed face. They love to hear the tea but make no effort to ask any questions or get any information to share TLOL. Example, him, oh yeah, Mark broke up with Jessica. Me, OMG. Why, what happened? Him, IDK, I didn't ask. How much some love to hold hands or be physical with hugs and such. Grew up in a bad environment and many of the male figures in my life were always cold or distant or flat out abusive. Trying to figure out a way to handle it as my body/nervous system isn't used to that at all. Just how much they like being outside. Was wondering how many hours it would take for this thread to pop up after the opposite one. Just how long they're willing to put off going to a doctor/specialist. The mental gymnastics done to avoid seeking professional help is astounding. When they ask you to leave them alone, they absolutely mean it. They don't mean, leave me alone for 5 minutes and then start trying to comfort me or overanalyze the situation or get me to talk it out. I had to learn that the hard way. Penises float. The first time I took a bath and a guy joined me, I giggled uncontrollably while poking at it to push it down so it would pop back up. Edit, apparently not all of them do. Clearly my data set is quite small compared to the population of penis havers who exist. I have no idea if it's related to size, but I am a mom to 2 boys and when they were little enough for me to bathe, floating definitely happened. Laughing face. That when they need to go to the store they just go straight to that item and then pay and leave. It's something I need to learn, LOL. NRBs, no reason boners. Like, it just happens. For no reason? Wild. That it's difficult to get a boner after drinking. They like to be little spoon. How task/solution oriented they are in the way they process information. How they really just want me to be happy, in life and in bed. How much they like to be pampered. Everyone deserves spa days. You know how kids use their feet and hands to run up the stairs like a little monkey or a dog? Yeah, a lot of men never outgrow that. That they just shake dry after peeing. I thought maybe they used a square of toilet paper to dry. No wonder they complain about us using so much of it. When I ask what are you thinking about and he says nothing, he actually means nothing. I couldn't wrap my head around the fact that men could just sit and think about nothing. It's hard to pee if they have a boner allegedly. I don't think she realized how passionate I get with my hobbies. My wife has a remarkable ability to not become engrossed with stuff and only picks up what she needs. She's moderate and measured, doesn't obsess. Buying a new TV for her is yeah, which one is under $1,000 that you, the salesman, like. Me, if we need a new car, it becomes a 30-day research project. God forbid we gotta roof the house, I become an insufferable armchair expert before the guy even comes to quote us. How much smell is a part of attraction? Like I just thought I was attracted to him because he's funny and smart. Turns out I also like his smell a lot, and the guys I've dated afterward has to pass the smell good test to date. Who knew? Not being able to find things in the fridge that is right there, while being extremely confident it is not there. How rarely men are given compliments about their appearance, and how even something as simple as "oh you look handsome today," or a colleague saying "I like your tie," can make a man's entire day. I had a boyfriend who was positively beaming when he came home and told me how one of his colleagues complimented his shirt and tie, which he rarely wore, and he went on to step up his work attire because someone finally noticed. He told me no one had ever said that to him outside of his mother, and I realized how little men are complimented on dressing well or looking put together. It made me so sad, because women are always hyping each other up, but men don't seem to do that. It doesn't mean men don't want or need compliments, everyone does, but they seem to so rarely get them. That some men are truly emotional, have good fashion sense, enjoy cooking and cleaning, and take care of themselves and others. Not a dig, I just grew up around men that always cast those behaviors as effeminate and not manly, so I was convinced that no heterosexual man would ever be any of those things. Do not talk to a man while he's playing video games, if your hope is for him to respond thoughtfully. How Spartan y'all sleep? Nearly every man I've been with has had a top sheet and that was it. If it got cold, one added an open sleeping bag. I can't sleep without a top sheet, blanket, and comforter at minimum. Currently I have a top sheet, comforter, and through blankets. Grab some extra blankets, my dudes. When a gal sleeps over, she's going to appreciate it. They can be really insecure. One ball hangs lower than the other. When they cough their dick flexes, so if coughing naked repeatedly their dick will flap up and down. I laughed so hard the first time I witnessed this. Their feelings and emotions about things work way differently than women. They love head scratches and when you do nice things for them to show they are loved. When I was prepubescent, I thought a penis was completely covered in hair. I mean, from base to tip, everywhere. Hee hee. So imagine when I found out. I was like, yikes. Grinning, squinting face. My grandmother once told me that the biggest difference between men and boys was the price of their toys. She wasn't wrong. Not a woman, but my wife constantly tells me that she never knew how blind most men are. If she tells me to go grab something, I look around frantically and tell her it's not there, only for her to go in and find it in 2 seconds. I grew up with dogs and had really poor sex education. I genuinely assumed human penises were like dog penises until I saw one in person and asked, when is it gonna come out? I grew up in a very male-dominated second-gen parents of East Europeans. My mother was obsequious to men to an asinine degree. I never saw a man wash or clean anything in our home. I was genuinely shocked to see a man wash dishes like my first boyfriend did at his home. My husband will buy something he needs even if it ridiculously overpriced, like $8 for a tube of toothpaste, just so he doesn't have to go to a second store. Stores and shopping of any kind equals a bad experience. Also, if I send my husband to the store with a grocery list, I better know where my phone is BC. I can expect at least 3 phone calls even if I send actual pictures of what we need. They could literally eat the same thing every day forever and not get tired of it. How happy they become when they come and catch a big spider/wasp/other creeper for you. Their smug faces and tough guy walk when they come save you is adorable. Sometimes I'll ask him to come catch one that doesn't scare me just to see that smile. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you have enjoyed this video and subscribe to never miss an upload.